Before we discuss about these different enhancement techniques that you can implement in your SAP system, in this session, let me quickly give you an overview about these various enhancement techniques that are possible. Enhancements have evolved over a period of time. So with every new release of SAP system, SAP tried to make them better. And all of these enhancements that we'll be discussing allow you to extend the functionality of your standard SAP application without actually modifying the standard code. So you can interrupt the standard SAP's program and make it execute your custom code to achieve that custom functionality. There are different types of enhancements available in SAP. We have user exits, customer exits, bodies, enhancement points, and BTEs. All these enhancements allow you to do the same thing, wherein you can extend the standard SAP functionality without modifying the code. They are called by different names based on how they are implemented. So when the standard SAP program is running, SAP provides an opening where you can hook your custom functionality. So how this opening is provided is what differentiates between these different types of enhancements. So in user exits, the opening is provided as a call to a subroutine. So in the main program, SAP will write one perform statement, and initially it will be calling an empty subroutine. But if you want to customize it, then in that subroutine you can write your code so that when the main program runs, it will call that perform statement, and when the perform statement is called, it will execute the code that you write in your subroutine. And as I mentioned earlier, when you use this user exits, you have access to all the global data that is available in the program. So within this user exit, you can change any of that global data. So this is the initial enhancement technique that was available. So when SAP first introduced these enhancements, they introduced it as a user exit where they were calling a subroutine. Since these subroutines changed the global data, it was creating a lot of issues because different people were implementing different enhancements and everybody was manipulating the global data. So let's say one guy has implemented one enhancement and is expecting the global data variable to have certain value, and based on that he has implemented all his logic. And later if somebody else implements a different user exit where he has manipulated this global data, then the previous enhancement will create issues because it was expecting certain data in the global variable, but that was changed by somebody else by you implementing another user exit. So the previous enhancement that was implemented was creating issues. So there were a lot of such issues because there was no transparency in what is changing which data. So then SAP felt the need to control what data can be changed when you are implementing these enhancements. So they introduced customer exits. These are implemented as function calls. So in the main program, SAP will make one function module call and it will leave that function module for you to implement, so that if you want to customize the functionality, then you can write your code within this function module. So when the main program runs, it will call this function module, and within that function module, you can write your code so that your code gets executed when the main program is being executed. And when they are making this function call, they'll define this parameter interface and they will be passing certain data from the main program. So within the function module, you can only change that data only. So this way, you have certain transparency about what data can be changed when you implement this customer exit, right? But again, the challenge here is that it is very restrictive. So you can only change the data that is being passed to your function module. So there is only so much you can do when you implement this customer exit. Another challenge with this customer exit was that it was possible to only have one single implementation. For example, you have one main program, let's say you're running this VA01 transaction to create a sales order, and this transaction is used by every plant in your organization. And when you want some customization to be done for a particular plant, then it is not possible to restrict your implementation to that plant only. Once you implement this customer exit, then that code will be executed irrespective of who is running that transaction in your organization. So it is more global. There is no way for you to restrict your customization to a particular plant or a particular sales org or anything like that. So it was only possible to have one implementation, and it was global. So there is no way you can filter it to a particular plant or any particular scenario. Then SAP introduced bodies, which are more class-based implementations. So they are more like classes and methods. And with bodies, SAP improved on these customer exits, where bodies stands for business add-ins. It supports filters and it supports multiple implementations. So when you implement a body, you can set a filter value, and if the filter value is met, only then this body will be called, and for different filter values you can have different implementations. So using these bodies, it was now possible to have different implementations for different plans, or if you are developing some global template, then for different countries you can have different implementations, right? So if the sales order application is being executed in USA, you can have certain code to be executed. If the same transaction is used in India, you can have a different code to be executed, which was not possible with customer exits. So with bodies, we have this advantage of having filters as well as multiple implementations. However, even these bodies were dependent on the parameter interface. So when you implement a body, the body will pass certain data to your method, and you can only change that value. So that way they were still restrictive. So with the latest ECC 6 system, SAP introduced these enhancement points, which are also class-based implementations, but they do not have any restriction in terms of parameter interface. So they work more similar like user exits, where you can change any data that you want in the program, or you have access to any data, and the difference is that they are more class-based. But when you're implementing these enhancement points, again you need to be careful about what global data you'll be changing using them, right? So these are enhancement points. And business transaction events are again function module based. They are similar to customer exits, but the only difference is these BTEs are used or available in finance module only. So in finance modules, when you want to implement certain customizations, then we have these BTEs which we can use to achieve those customizations. So we'll be discussing about all these things. So we'll see how to find these enhancements and how to implement these enhancements. So we'll start with user exits in the next session, and we'll see how you can find these user exits available in the system and how you can implement them. Similarly, for customer exits, bodies, enhancement points and BTEs, we'll see how you can find these enhancements and how you can implement them to customize the standard SAP applications behavior. And one key thing you should know when you are working with these enhancements is finding the right enhancement is the challenging part. Implementing it is the easier part. So once you find that this enhancement will meet your requirement, then implementing that becomes very easy. But just to find which enhancement you can use to achieve the functionality that you're looking for will take some time, and it also requires some experience and understanding of the overall application flow. We generally look at two things when we talk about enhancements, or when you try to search for these enhancements. One is, at what point in the program flow is the enhancement being called, and what data is available within that enhancement for you to manipulate. So for example, if you want to validate the item quantity when a sales order is being created, then you should have an enhancement that is called before the sales document is saved and after the user inputs the item quantity. And when this enhancement is called, it should be passing you that item quantity into your enhancement. Only then you can validate that item quantity and accordingly implement certain behavior, right? So keep these two things in mind whenever you are working on enhancements, and when you're searching for the enhancements, you need to look at these two things. When exactly in the program flow is the enhancement called, and what data is available within that enhancement. So if the enhancement is called at the right place that you're looking for, and if it is supplying you the right data that you want to change, then you can go ahead and implement that. But if you don't find any enhancement that is being called at the right place that you're looking for, or if it is not sending the data that you're looking for, then you won't be able to use that enhancement. It won't be meeting your purpose, right? So in such cases, you will be looking at other options, such as either you want to modify the program or develop a new program. And all these enhancements are provided by SAP. So if SAP provides the enhancement, we can implement it. Okay, and there are something called implicit enhancements which we can implement. These are implicitly available in every program. And with bodies, for standard SAP programs, SAP provides these bodies which you can implement. And these bodies, you can also create your own bodies which you can use in your custom programs. So I'll also show you the scenarios where these bodies can be used to provide some custom enhancements in your custom programs also. So they are not just restricted for standard programs. You can use that technology to make even your custom programs flexible. Okay, so let's get started. In the next session, let's start with user exits. See you in the next video.